Okay, let me tell you about a story. So just recently, as I'm almost at the end of my first semester in university, I was really feeling low. I was really feeling unproductive. I was even procrastinating a lot as well. I was feeling maybe I will never get a job. I was feeling really out of self-esteem. I was feeling bad to the point where I was doubting myself that have really impacted me in so many different ways. Think of things that demoralize me and moreover waste my present productivity and the pursuit of trying to do good and really find out what's really wrong with me. I mean, I'm trying to do better, and that's what exactly I will share you today as a guide, not as a guru. So, what defines you? Okay, is it grades? Is it the stupid looks? Uh, is it the beliefs? See, this word stupid is itself an indirect demoralization. I used it as an example because a lot of you guys kind of really use that, but I am looking stupid because of the hair, but that's fine. So, is it grades, looks, beliefs, or is it how people think of you? What is it? What is it that defines you? That's a very good question. I'm not going to give a direct answer, but what I believe is that what people think of you is actually a representation of how you are forwarding in your life. But people have no right to judge you based on your grades, looks, and beliefs. You may judge yourself only based on your inner thinkings, but people should never judge you based on this. And I don't even care if people judge you based on this. But what people think of you as a person really matters. Ask yourself that. Now you have that. You have to really put yourself in the top or bottom spectrum. The low 75 people, like the most of it, is that I feel really low. That's what most of the people feel like. I feel low, I feel bad, I'm so done. 10% to 25%, that's what I believe, feel like I am okay, but I feel down sometimes. And that's what is with me. And top 1% of to 5% people feel like I'm really confident. And that's really rare. But that's also good. I'm trying to achieve that. I kind of achieved that at one point, but things got bad again. And it's fine, right? It's fine. Let's make a judgment call. What is a judgment call? So, read this quote. Do people really care how you look or do things? If no, then is the low feeling just from your inner self? Is it from the outside or inside? If it's from the inside, now you're in the right video. If the feeling of low, not good for anything, doubt, less productive, if this something is with you, then I think this is something that you need to take time to reflect. And then you need to focus on the 3 principles that I'm going to give in this video. So, what is the 3 principles? Number 1, work for it, not just sit and expect itself to fix itself. No, the change of mindset comes with change of actions. Be more good at the thing you are good at. Be more good at the thing that you are good at. That will outweigh any doubts in terms of any other fields. Okay. Thirdly, observe lifestyle and see transitions of people facing the same things. And that is exactly the 3 fundamental principles for you to feel from here to here at one point. Maybe in the course of month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year. But you will feel it. And what is the procedure? These 3 principles define what your actions is gonna be. However, in this video, I've also included actions that can help you as well. So, here's the thing. You need to feed your brain examples because it helps kind of correct unnecessary thinking. Your brain need more examples for it to program and be wired in that way that you want to be. If you want to wire it in a way, then you need to feed those things, right? Now, your brain will be wired that resists lower self-esteem, that resists lower self-esteem. You need to build your brain in a way that stops the idea of lower self-esteem. How is it that you can do it? Because you work, because you get good, because you see the reality. These are the 3 principles basically what I discussed here. You work, you get good, and you see the reality. These 3 fundamental strands should help you to have a more focused understanding of lower self-esteem, and having those foundational framework in your brain and heart will resist the feeling of lower self-esteem. Now, what are some of the actions that I'm talking about? So, how to really achieve these three principles? I am doing something that is exactly helping me achieve these three principles. So, you have to first understand that being able to do something is the biggest thing. And for you to be able to feel a higher self-esteem is to do something that is related with consistency. It's highly, highly recommended. And secondly, you need to understand why are you doing something. Okay, first of all, consistently. Secondly, an intrinsic motivation, not extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation is something that comes from the inside without any expectation of an instant reward. For example, like if you are studying just for the marks, then you are extrinsically motivated. The motivation should come from the intrinsic or from the inside, and you don't have to feel motivated all the time, but there should be a purpose. Why is it that you want to be consistent? Is it for my life? How does it make me better? Always ask these hows and you will get your answer. So number one that I recommend everyone read 20 to 30 minutes of book every day. A, I was not reading books, I used to hate it. B, I started reading books, I didn't quite like it. C, books are changing my life, I'm creating more YouTube videos that are more informative. People are subscribing just because I infuse values from the book, because books are really the great representation of the principle number 3 of observing lifestyle and seeing transitions, because book provides you as a form of intellectual guide which can be bought by a very low amount. You can even download it for free. Like, I wonder, there are so many valuable information out there. People are sharing their own life in books without any big money, and you're not taking it. It's like, if you take it, you never know how much of a chance that you increase in terms of the probability of your success, right? You never know how your life may change by reading someone else's story, because that happened to me, and I 100% are sure of that. Number 2, exercising. So quite a week ago, like 3 weeks ago, I was not exercising. Okay, that's the point. What was happening? When I came home, I used to feel really bad, really lazy, really hazy. And then after some days, exactly what happened? My feeling of lower self-esteem happened, as I shared in the beginning of the video. And then I started exercising again. I didn't used to exercise for quite a lot of time. And you know what happened? I felt better about myself. Exactly, you know why? Because this is related with consistency. And secondly, it's not exercising for reducing the weight. Rather, exercising is a form of representation of your willingness and willpower to be able to be consistent for a specific and long, maybe long periods of time without any particular excuse. And that's what exercise establishes. And it somehow also takes away the negative energy, and then you use that energy in terms of exercise, and you are more focused. You feel really good sleepy at night, and you have a good sleep. All of these connect towards happiness in the very, very secret position. Thirdly, reading research papers. Okay, this is an optional thing, but if you want to excel yourself, try reading at least 2 research papers every week. Just 2. It should take like 50 minutes total to read 2 of them. What happens? You again is being consistent. You again is inputting good information to your brain, and your brain is getting more refined, good quality information. Because if you want to have a good quality life, then you cannot see cheap quality dopamine. Maybe you see that, I also see that, that's fine, but your consumption of good quality should be more than bad quality. That should really say, why are we not successful? And that's why exactly you need to step in and just read 2 research papers every day. It's gonna feel so so good, and you're gonna feel so proud because you're doing something that no one else does. Religious practice. So here's what I try to do every day. When I wake up in the morning, maybe at 6, 7, or maybe even 8, I read the Quran. I'm a Muslim. However, you don't have to read the Quran or anything if you're not Muslim or anyone else. whatever you can do is literally up to you. Connect spiritually, maybe to the creator if you believe, maybe to yourself, like you just reflect back and have a moment of silence. Because do you know what, this is exactly the principles that I talked about in this video from the book, The 8 a.m. Morning Miracle. You know how it helps you? It puts your brain in a position of restart, where you are more fresh, you're more conscious, you're more subjective towards any sort of bad or negative things, and you automatically tackle things more nicely. And that happens exactly due to self-reflection and religious incorporation in your life. That's what I try to do, and that has significantly boosted my consistency and as well as productivity. The reason I am, anyways, number 5, and I think that's the most important one, and that is practicing gratefulness. See, here's the thing. I have been saying to myself that I'm happy and I'm grateful for a long period of time, except recently, whatever happened with my self-esteem, and then things are getting back again to normal. Here's why. Here's why it's really important. I believe in a one-step foundational base for a productivity and for success, and that is being happiness leads to having more positive emotional resources in your brain that allows you to think more clearly, effectively, and happily, which makes you do productive work, thinking, creative process, and everything. And now that sort of happiness comes from the state of you being intrinsically happy from the current stage that you're in, right? Now, if you want to do that, that's exactly why I'm referring to practice, like being grateful to whatever you have. Because if you're not happy right now at where you are, chances are, most of the time, like 90% chance that you'll not be happy if you get $1 billion and you're gonna want 10 more $1 billion. However, if you change the framing to like process oriented goal, like I don't have an end goal, you will enjoy the life throughout the way. Because let's say you get 100%. What happens after getting 100%? You feel good and then you forget about it. What happens if you get like a 50%? You feel bad and then you carry on your life about it, without it. It's the same outcome, right? Then what's the thing here? Here's what you can do. Enjoy the process. And to enjoy the process, you have to continuously input your brain that you're happy about the present things that you have, because you already have a lot more than others. And if you cannot be happy, if you're trying but if you still cannot be happy, then you must need to consult somebody, because that one thing is literally a game changer. And I wish someone told me that before, but I think that's really something that someone should consider if they're wanting a more meaningful, successful, and more productive life. And that's it for today. I hope these 3 principles, along with the incorporated actions within these 3 principles, have really helped you, and I hope you will implement those very precisely. Till then, see you in the next video. Bye bye, and I promise that I'll cut my hair by the next video.